Okay, welcome to ANZCRL Combined Racing League's Automobilista 2 Bathurst 500. I'm your host Neil Haynes, and you know me as Woody Lizard, and looking forward to bringing the last 40 laps of our 500 kilometre Bathurst race. We had the first session this afternoon with Fish Racing 3. They're taking out the first 40 laps, so he will actually lead the queue here. This is basically the first lap will be based on a safety car, single file restart. So we've only got 4 cars, I think it is, 3 cars actually a lap down. So Fish Racing will come through the front, and he will lead the pack away with Sado 15. He'll be behind him in second position. And then Blue Falcon has taken over the duties from myself. Actually, not Sado, so I had that wrong. Fish Racing will be first. Then we have Red, who Sado actually helped out and joined in that first session, came home second. So he's there in second position. And then we'll have Blue Falcon in third, and then fourth will be Sado 15. Then he'll be the last on the lead lap. So those guys will go around and do their formation lap, and then both Pegasus, we'll find Pegasus, he'll come through and he'll be lined up at Mountain Straight on the left hand side, and behind him will be Tim Lawson. And then we'll have a Logical Sports in the Ned Whiskey car, so he's definitely one of the fast ones to look out for. So we've got the Bonnello racing of Tim, who'll be behind there, so not too sure. I know where Pegasus is going. He needs to be stopped there. I think he's pulling up now. So we've got the guys going on their formation lap. So they have 40 laps of actual racing. And we had a field of 8 to start off with Dark Lord retiring, I think, around about lap 28, somewhere around there, 20, maybe a bit before that actually. So think of this as a safety car between the 2 sessions. We've got Fish Racing going to take the resuming of the race with 40 laps remaining. 3 p.m. game time, times 2 time progression, so they should be finishing around about just before 6 p.m. like they do in real life. And should have some good racing here. I think the man to watch will be Sado 15, see what challenge he can put on Fish Racing. And we don't know too much about Red in the Coke racing car. Let's see what sort of pace he will show. Using my teammate Blue Falcon, I think he's just going to try and keep a stable race if he can. He hasn't had much time there, still learning the car. There's Blue Falcon, so hopefully he has a non-eventful 40 laps. And tries to bring her home, maybe in the podium, we'll see. But as I said, a very fast man is Sado 15, currently with the fastest lap of the race, with a 2:04.392, and that was when he was in Red's car, actually in the Coke car. So we'll see Pegasus there. Looks like he's backed it down towards these cars, so that's good. So they will start as soon as the leading pack will come through and pass them up Mountain Straight, so that'll physically put them that lap behind, like they were from the end of the first session. Have to be careful, their tyres will be a little bit hot. But here we go for the resume of this race here at ANZCRL Combined Racing League. Hopefully bringing some nice special events in the future here on Automobilista 2. The cars are doing a little bit of a wiggle, hoping that's just how it is on the monitor at the moment. So here we go. And we are running, and Fish has dropped the pedal to the metal now to restart this race. And 40 more laps remaining. Red right behind him. And here's the guys up Mountain Straight there. They're ready to get going when these cars come on through. As Sato 15's putting some pressure on Blue Falcon for third position up Mountain Straight. He's got to be careful with these cars here that they rejoin nicely. They do. So a nice little rejoin from those lap cars. Obviously that's the reason why we have to be careful. That's their responsibility to rejoin. But Sato's up into third position. Into the Preston High Racing Lockie 5.5s. Actually did a good job. He was leading for the race for quite a while. Until the pit stops when Fish Racing took the lead. And that replay of that first session will be here on ANZCRL Combined Racing League Twitch channel. Sometime during the week when we get to do a replay of that race. Safe, ready to go. So back up front here we've got Fish Racing coming up over Skyline down here, down through the S's into the dipper, and Red's doing a great job holding second. He's really going to feel how hard it is to keep Sato 15 behind him, one of the fast drivers of ANZCRL Combined Racing League. And can he make the fastest lap? That's the car that he did it in the Coke machine in the first session, but now he's actually in his proper car that he signed up into the event with Lockie 5.5. So we'll see if he can get that fastest lap in his car proper. Preston High Racing car. Nice driving by Red, keeping at bay. It's Sato's car that just gets a good drive out of the corners. He's on the outside into Murray's. It looks like he's going to get him across there. He has, so he's now up into second position. The chase is now on to take the lead from Fish Racing in the DeWalt Racing car, number 19. See just how the car's shaking around a little bit. So let's have a look to see. Here we go here. So Night Pegasus is actually just behind Blue Falcon. He's latching on to the Mobile One Appliances online car and see if he can actually overtake him into then actually be on the get a lap back on this car. This has been the chase here for the fourth position as he's make that move nice and easy. Oh, he's run wide though into the Griffin's bend, and look at this, 3 wide as they come on up towards the cut-in. Oh, they've thought better, wiser of it, and we've got we have Blue Falcon just brushing the wall on the outside there. Don't want to be doing it too much. Side-on damage doesn't affect the cars too much, but if you go on underneath, you're going to have front-end steering damage. And look at Tim Lawson. He really wants to try and get by the Castrol car. He's in the bottle O. Oh, he's brushed the wall, Tim. Could have been just a little bit of a lag spike, not too sure, but he did hit the wall. Going past the grate. Sato's within a second for the lead of this race. We're going to catch them up here, but there's some battle on here from the back markers. They're a lap down, trying to get their lap back on the 4th place car of Blue Falcon. They really mean business, these guys. There's Logical. He's a fast driver too in the Ned Whiskey car. His teammate Jack Barrett. Jay Barrett was unable to stay on the lead lap. He had made a mistake from pole position actually. Oh, and it's on here. Here he is, the change of the lead. Sato 15 on the outside, putting a lot of pressure on Fish Racing. Just watch how he gets this drive out of this, his racing car, the Preston High car. Sato's car really squats down and gets that power on nice and early. We'll see if he can get him up here, the drag race up Mountain Straight. See if he can duck down. Will Fish try and hold him off? No, he hasn't. Sato's made the move early and he's going to have the inside up to Griffin's Bend. Side by side up Mountain Straight, and officially Sato's got his nose in front. He's on the dirty side of the track there. You can see the marble build up though, but will he be able to pull it up? Yes, he has. He's slowed up mid-corner. He slowed Fish up there. And Fish had to avoid him, doing great driving by the 2 leaders here. The front runners with Red. Don't forget Red, he's in a good position here for a podium in 3rd position. take it. Oh, as he almost loses his left rear view mirror. Fish don't need those rear view mirrors though. He only likes to see him looking in front. So nice little move by this man here, Sado 15 in the Preston Hire car on lap 4. If I really want to say, I guess lap 44 of this 80 lap race. Broken into 2. Oh, he's just gassed it up early and he was able to hold on to that. Some nice driving by Sado 15. As they rocket down close to 290 kilometres an hour as they enter the chase here. Look at them come through, flying through. Absolutely exciting when these cars are on the limit through that part of the circuit. Oh, as Fish ran a little bit wide. Got his turn in wrong. They got the little shivery shakes on at the moment. Something on the game in the monitor mode. These are actually livery downloaded pack from race department, the V8 supercar delivery pack. You can see how good that they've come up. I'm not too sure if that's causing any of the little glitchiness going on. And he's up out in front now, and let's come and have a look to see. So it looks like Pegasus. No, he hasn't. It's actually Tim Lawson has made his way up. Or is it Blue Falcon actually further behind, and these guys have gone through? Yes, they have gone through actually. So Blue Falcon has let them through. So we've got Pegasus and Illogical Sport at it here for position 5. Hopefully the stream is coming up all right. It's not too glitchy. Might be a little bit on my end, but everything's coming up all right here on my screen, other than what's going on with the cars on the monitor. But back to the racing, we have Pegasus doing a great job here. The Cashel was unlucky to fall a lap down. Actually, he had a spin coming out of the cutting, which you probably see in the replay of session 1 when it does get done later in the week, or maybe even sometime tomorrow. He was unlucky because at that time he was really holding down position 5 behind myself. Actually, I was in position 4 trying to chase down Sado 15, who was in the Coke car here. Oh, as he's run wide red, but been able to keep it pointing in the right direction. Any little loop can cost a lot of time in these cars. They start sliding around on the grass and it's hard to get them going, pointing in the right direction. So he's done a good job keeping it pointing true north, as the lap cars are now starting to catch red as well to get themselves onto the same lap as Red, who's holding position 3, the last spot on the podium. So can we see a drive from these two? They've got plenty of time up their sleeves to try and gain a full lap back on Red if he has any issues during this race. And this could be a battle between these two for actually the final spot in the podium. So we'll see how that pans out throughout this race. So it's a nice looking car, the Ned Whiskey livery. Grove Racing. And here we go with the leader, Sado 15, lap 46 of 80. I don't think the standing comes off, it stays there. So let's have a look at the timings at the moment. Best lap by Sado, if that's correct, a 2:02.8 8:09 on his last lap. That is unbelievable time from Sato. He has unleashed that Preston Hire car with one of the fastest laps we've seen here at ANZCRL Combined Racing League in a V8 supercar around Bathurst. Look at that time he's been able to pull out. That's just unbelievable. I don't know if that is a correct split time. We'll see if it actually changes here as we go through the year. 2:03. So he's setting a blistering pace as Fish Racing in the 2:04s as well. So yes, the pace is on early on here. Track conditions very favourable for the cars. I think they were saying the temperature was a little bit down. The track temperature of 49 degrees, 48 degrees it was in this first session. A little bit of heavy cloud cover in the later afternoon. In game time, this kicked off as 3 p.m, running all the way to 6 p.m. And Sato. You've got to start to manage the tyres now after you've done some really hot laps like these guys have done. A 2:03 was the last lap, at 2:04. Look at that, and then Blue Falcon was a 2:16. Still holding down third. He's got a bit of a gap from all the guys trying to get through. Actually, he's made a spot on Red. Red's made a mistake. Red's in the pits. So he's found the wall somewhere at the top of the mountain, which we've missed. So that's brought now Blue Falcon into third position. Now, where's the Logical Sports? Now he's coming up now up through the top of the mountain. Will he be able to get back down before Red comes out of the pits? Depends how lengthy that stop is for repairs. And we could just see these guys now with a big chance of fighting for the podium, as was predicted. Blue Falcon, though, he needs to really try and hold his own if he can, but these guys are coming at him a lot faster. You can see there, they last lap by Logical after he's made the move on Pegasus as well, a 2:05.6 compared to a 2:14 from Blue Falcon. Now Red's out of pit lane, so he's just going up Mountain Straight now as they're coming down Conrod. So race is on here for position 4. We'll see if Red can compose himself again, get back into the zone. Once you make a mistake, sometimes you just need to take that breath, calm it down a little bit. It's unforgiving, this track here, Mount Panorama, with the walls up around the top. You've got to give 100% concentration the whole time round. You just can't afford to lapse too much. He's be able to keep it off the wall then. It's running a little bit wide. The track conditions always changing too, and as we say now, these we probably start seeing Sato and Fish, their times are slowly coming back to the 2:04s, nearly 2:05 from Sato. So I'd say his tyres, he's really overheated them by getting that 2:02 lap time and the 2:03 he did earlier. Lap 48 of 80 laps. Don't worry about the 41. We've broken up into two sessions of 40 laps to make 80 laps, which is halfway of a normal Bathurst 1,500 kilometres. Just shy of 500 actually. And hopefully back in 2023, we can, here at ANZCRL Combined Racing League, we can get a lot more interest in Automo Ballista 2 and hold a full grid for a Bathurst 1000 over 4 sessions. 40 laps for 3 sessions and 41 laps for the final session to make the full 161 laps. All run on a Sunday, starting usually from about 10 a.m. and running all the way to the evening. That's what we've done on Xbox before, trying to morph some of our special events that we've done on Project Cars 2 on Xbox towards the Automo Ballista 2. Try and get some of the Australian and New Zealand leagues joining in on the action as well. It would be great to have some of the other more established leagues on the PC start taking note of our little special event program that we want to run on the game and give it something special, similar to what you see in iRacing where they have the special events. And obviously we're limited, we can't have driver swaps at this stage, so we're trying to do the best we can. with some of those options. And Sato, still that 2-second gap on Fish. So Fish is keeping him honest lap after lap here. Oh, Sato's running wide out of Griffin Bend. Here he goes now. What can he do? The mirror seems to disappear through that wall. Red now, he's looked like he's struggling with a 2:45 that previous lap as well. So has he seen another visit to the wall? Where's it logical? They're coming up the mountain now, so there's not much difference now. It's just the distance between the top part of the mountain now, between 5th and 4th. Good to see Night Pegasus, or Pegasus as he's known here on PC on the listed 2, still holding tabs of a logical. Tim Lawson has dropped a little bit behind in the bottle-o, but he's still in the 205s. So keep that up. Others may make a few mistakes, and you may see Tim finish up higher than that 7th position he's in at the moment. You see Blue Falcon still doing those 212s. His car's nice and straight. He hasn't seen the wall. I won't go on board. I'll show you if we did go on board on the rooftop like we normally do, like to do a lap around on board, but you can just see it's a little bit off-putting with the camera shake while it's on one of the modes. Obviously something there not right in the game at the moment. Sort of haven't experienced it on the replays. I don't think it might be more to do with while we're live on the circuit proper. So as we're coming down the dipper, everything's a little bit shaky, so we'll get off that so no one feels a little bit too sick. So we'll pick him up here as he's coming on through towards Forest Elpo. Oh, big little lock up, pull it up though. It's a balancing act with these tyres as well. Bit of brake bias change from front to from the bit. Oh, as Sato side swiped the wall as he's going hard this lap as he cooled the tyres down to try another fast lap, but I don't think he really wants to try and chase a better lap than 202. That's the thing with Sato, he's very fast and that sometimes puts a high risk of some mistakes, and that's what Fish is betting on at the moment, as he can still see Sato disappear down from Skyline as Fish was coming out of McPhillamy. He's kept it well and truly off the wall here, but it looks like Fish has actually gained that little bit of time. Sato pushing up the top of the mountain, which has cost him just that little bit of time. Now Red's settling down with a 211 there. That's what he needs to do. He just needs to try and get some consistent laps going. He's lost time to Blue Falcon, who's holding a good 3rd position at the moment. But you can see the pack chasing, so the gap between Blue Falcon and Red is just over 20 seconds and about a minute from the Logical Sports to Blue Falcon, so they're not that far away, and they've only been doing 10 laps of racing of this session, and they were a lap down, so figure by another 10 more laps they could be well and truly in a position for a podium, chasing down Blue Falcon. So we'll keep an eye on these and how they progress. And Fish Racing, as we're watching him still getting closer. He made a second roughly, well actually he was over a second faster than Sato that previous lap. So these cars are really sensitive to overdriving. The tyres start to go squirmish, you start overheating them. So it's all about trying to keep some smooth inputs. Be nice on the throttle. Try not to lock up the brakes too much so you're not generating that excess heat into the tyres. nice shots. Let's look at the Sato. This is what we saw from Lockie 5.5s in the first session, where he gapped everyone at the start of the race, and then slowly as Fish came through from the mid-pack, made his way up into chase down from second position. I think actually Sato 15 actually in the Cope car was actually behind Lockie. Fish finally slowly catched up to him. Oh, as we see Red there, he's actually lost it there into Murray's as he's waiting for these guys to get going. Kept it out of the sand trap, so there we go. He gets to get going again. So maybe he just needs to move that brake bias a little bit more to the front. I think I was running something like 70, I think it was 73 or 74 front brake bias compared to the rear. So yeah, the cars definitely like a little bit of front bias because the rears like to lock up a bit. So that's only going to give him now a gap of roughly about 24 seconds. If we bring up the overview here, we'll have a look to see that the driver behind is Logical Sports about 20 seconds behind, and he's Logical behind Red, and Red's 31 seconds behind Blue Falcon in position 3. Sato's picked up his pace again with a 2:03.9 that previous lap. So he's responded to Fish Racing. And the skin packs, as I was saying, from race department really brings this V8 supercar series alive with all those known liveries, and it also gives you the names of the drivers as well when you play single player. Shane Van Gisbergen and Scott McLaughlin, and you've got Andre Heimgartner, all of them, Cam Waters, the list goes on. It's a very good pack if you like your V8 supercars to get. Whack onto the cars and enjoy. Now let's have a look about Night Pegasus as he's coming into the chase. He's only roughly 4 seconds or so behind Logical Sports in 5th. As you can see, Logical Sports there in that screen just entering Murray's. And in the background there, I think that was Tim Lawson coming down Conrod. You had the headlights just briefly. And that'd be about right. So they're losing a little bit of time to the top two. So definitely that's what they're aiming for, is a possible position 3, which will be a great result from a lap down. Just hoping to be able to, as we said, see one day in this game. Well, we do see it in games in other leagues. One of our great friends at Gravel Trap Legends run on Monday nights for Australia and New Zealand sim races. We get good fields of 20 plus, or excess of 20 I should say. We've had like 28 cars and things like that. And the game has run really well, so adds another element with the more cars on the grid, and it gives a good balance right through the field there with different levels of ability from the drivers, and won't be so stretched out between cars. You'll find yourself in a battle. Oh, as Pegasus just lets his mind wander a little bit, tag the wall. So we can say we're actually on lap 52 of 80. And we've got this man here leading the race. Actually about to start lap 54 of 80. So there he goes. He's in the lead. And Fish Racing doing a solo run to the 2 sessions. So he's done the first session and he's back here for the final one, holding a very credible second position. He started the resuming of the racing after the safety car in first position. It wasn't long before Sato actually got latched onto the back of him and overtook him. Coming up here into Griffins, he had the inside line and overtook him. So Blue Falcon almost falling a lap behind now in position 3. And still doing a good job. The car's very clean, no scrapes on it, so he's keeping them off the wall. Keep it that way, and a good result's going to come his way. So he's just trying to defend off the likes of Red here in 4th position. As you can see, his front bumper bar starting to wobble around after tagging the wall a couple of times by the things. So again, this is the point where the tyres are starting. If you're not respecting the tyres and looking after them, they start to get mushy and overheat. You start getting that sensation of where's all that grip gone, so you just got to balance it. You've got to just cruise around for a couple of laps, let them come back to you. You can't be pushing lap in, lap out, but when you look at the leaders, 204s still, you'd think, well, how can they keep doing those times? It's obviously a little bit to do with setup and how they actually attack the corners as well, with their smoother inputs, without having to jerk to get the car around corners or missing their missing their turning and trying to compensate for that and get it back to the apex. And that's putting more strain on the mechanical parts of the car and the tyres. So so that's wearing them out. So Logical Sports, let's go and have a little look at the overview there and have a look to see these only now just under 12 seconds behind Red in 4th position. So absolutely flying in the Ned Whiskey car. There's Night Pegasus. He's only 4 seconds or so behind, about 5 seconds behind Logical Sports, as we can see. And Tim Lawson's still keeping it on us. He's not that far away, actually coming into the chase as well. So definitely possibility with the way that he's running as well, faster than Red as well, with plenty of laps to go. You'd say that good possibility that Tim Lawson could actually get both Blue Falcon and Red at the end of this race, jump up to 5th position, and who knows, he could even get that podium too if something goes wrong behind with the Logical Sports or Pegasus. Nothing goes there, if they do everything right, their pit stops right with no penalties, no speeding penalties, get the right amount of fuel, you'd say with those times that they're both doing, roughly a second faster each lap over Tim Lawson, that they should stay in front of Tim. But this is Bathurst. As I say, Bathurst chooses who wants to win this race, and obviously the positions are based on that too, so a long way to go still. Still 26 laps remaining of this race. Sato's about to put, how about this, a lap down on position 3. A credit to Blue Falcon, he is driving within his own limits. And that's what's put him actually into position 3, managing the car and not pushing beyond his own limits, so keeping control of that car. And that's why he's held on to position 3 over Red. Red we did see in the wall and has to have an early pit stop for damage. But Red is still fast enough to take that position from Blue Falcon, because he's not that far behind actually from Blue Falcon at all. And Fish was just losing out there a little bit at the last lap in the 206s. Logical Sports Silks in the 205s with Pegasus. Keep a look on that battle between them and 4th position with Red very shortly. while we having a look at that too, so here at ANZCRL Combined Racing League, we do have some more special events for Australian, New Zealand sim races out there on Automobilista 2 before the end of the year. We have the European Grand Prix to be run, and I think that's going to be run on the October long weekend when we talk about New South Wales October long weekend, as Blue Falcon lets the leader, lets Fish actually come on through. So Fish has now put position 3 a lap down as well, and that's got the that's going to be the Formula V Formula V10 Gen 1 car. And then the big one that we're going to have with the V8 Supercars back again is the Adelaide 500 over the 12th and 13th of November, and what a weekend that will be. Again, another 500k race split up between two 250k races like they do in the real life, so that should be absolutely sensational if we can get a good grid at the end of the year in November for the Adelaide 500 featuring these V8 Supercars. And we've also got the Monaco Grand Prix in the classic Gen 2 Formula cars that were meant to run back on the 28th of May. We didn't get around to running that due to low numbers. So we'd like to reschedule that and hopefully get that done before the end of the year somewhere as well. So that would be an interesting race as well around the streets of Monaco. Red, now he has lost his front bumper. That's gonna make it a whole lot different to try and steer this car around the mountain. He's going to be losing time. I guess he's trying to wait out to, I think it's about lap 19 is the pit window to be able to get to the end. So he's looking to get to that number, though he's a lap down. So, but lap 19, if he waits to get onto lap 19 himself, he'll definitely get to the end of the race with a full tank of fuel, get that damage done, limit the penalty he's going to have in pit lane if he pits again, like an extra time just for this damage. So let's see if he can hold himself out there. He's still holding fourth. He's only got roughly a 6-second gap to Logical Sports in fifth. And Pegasus not too far behind either in sixth. And it's going to be costly for Red. He's going to lose out to Blue Falcon. He was sort of taking that gap down to third position. Look at that camber. You can see the camber. We have that front splitter on the bumper. Look at the camber of the front wheels. Running plenty of camber. As you have to though with these cars. Keep the grip level there. So Sato, as we can see, just extending the gap there. Leaving a little bit more of his yellow and black paintwork up on those white walls. Doesn't mind being a bit of a sharer, Sato. Oh, close to the wall again. Lockie 5.5s will be resting up there. He had a very sore knee after his session. He did a tremendous job to keep it in on the lead lap. Came home in fourth position. Gave the car back to Sato at the right time with that safety car. And man, he's doing a good job, Sato. As we say, just lap 58 of 80. You're getting close to their pit window where they'll get to the end if he wants to make an early pit stop. Now, the interesting thing too was Lockie took tyres in this car in the first session. But Fish Racing, he ran a double stint on the same tyres, which I thought was a bit risky, but it paid off. He still kept hold of the lead and the tyres hung in for him over that distance. But will he actually opt to maybe put the fresh set of tyres on to see if he can try and chase down Sato with worn tyres at the end of the session? So this could be interesting actually. Will Fish change his strategy? And will Sato, who was in the red car, did the same thing as Fish, he did not change his tyres. So will Sato opt to maybe put a set of tyres on with that little gap that he's worked up to now with Fish, just to cover, just in case Fish does put the new tyres on? If I was Sato, I think I'd put a new set of boots on, and that just covers, just in case Fish, or it actually forces the hand for Fish. If he wants to try and come out of the pits in the lead, he has to run double stint these tyres, which may give an opening to Sato late in the race with the fresher tyres. So, as you said, still plenty to be played out before the end of this race. And Blue Falcon is just still in front of Red. Red is still going hard without the front bumper on, and this is going to be close to a change for the third position, so we'll keep an eye on this. Oh, that's the first little touch we've seen, I think, for Blue Falcon, so he can see this red coat car of Red. What a nice car, the right pick car for Red in the red Coca-Cola car. Able to, oh, he's locked it up. He's just turning that little bit too early. Maybe he's doing that too to limit the maybe the damage onto the wall if he tries to keep it around, because it can loop the car around. But here we go, the change for the third position on the podium. It looks like Red's going to take it down. Oh, a little bit of a jink, a little bit of a jitter. He's up on the grass. He's got to be careful coming in here. Better off just to back it off here, I think. Oh, is he being able to pull it up? Oh, he's close. He's close to the rear end here of Blue Falcon. So here he is coming onto the pit straight. Here comes Red down the inside. He's made it stick. Oh, and look at a logical almost in the back of Blue Falcon, but was able to just pull it up. Nice driving. We'll keep an eye on this, because the Logical Sports now is not too far to finally find himself actually up on the podium if he can make this spot to Red. So Red is still going strong, but around about 3 seconds a lap slower than a Logical Sports now. He's taking this challenge, and not too far away is Pegasus now. Finding himself finally back with the chasing down the... Oh, he's just kept it off the wall. Logical, that was so close for the Ned Whiskey car. But I was getting that Night Pegasus, he was following the Mobile One Appliances car for a lot, the first half of the session earlier this afternoon, until he had a little spin out of the cutting, and he'll be happy now that he's Blue Falcon has gone wide out of McPhillamy, and he's got rejoined now into 6, so that's Pegasus. Tick, he says, finally got the better of the Mobile One Appliances online car. But here's the battle, is Red and a Logical Sports for position 3. So Blue Falcon now, it's only a matter of time before Tim Lawson may get that position from Blue Falcon. A lot of experience though. He's probably been a lot of lessons learned for Blue Falcon as well in this car, as is this man here, Red. Oh, it's a Logical, off he goes. Safely rejoin, I hope. Yeah, oh, you got to be careful of that change from grass back to the tarmac. Now that gives Pegasus a sniff. And here comes Pegasus hard. As Sato has made a mistake as well. Let's have a look. Nothing wrong with the car, but look at that time. He did a 2:09, and now Fish. That gap that Sato had worked on, nearly a 7-second margin, has now come down to just over 2 seconds on lap 61 of 80. So we've got only 19 more laps remaining. These guys will be in for their pits, I'd say, this lap around. So we'll stay on board here with these two and see what happens as this change of this position could happen. Will we find Fish go on one extra lap? Don't think that fuel number's right, 12.5. It could be, actually. They could be the right fuel levels. 9.1 litres, 9 litres for Sato, so he's got enough to do another lap if he wishes. Roughly 5 litres a lap these cars use. Red should have a bit because he had to pit early, so yes, the fuel numbers may be working during the race here. Sorry about the jitters here, but we'll go back to trackside and see if Sato comes into the pits here. Or will he do one more? He's going to do one more. Will Fish come in? Try and do the undercut? No, he's not. He's going to stay out as well. So they're getting themselves ready for the run to the flag. Sensational job by these drivers out in front. The race, it's Sato running wide out of Hell Corner. Logical Sports now is under threat from Pegasus. Look at Pegasus go. Late in the stint. Will these guys pit? They are going to be close to fuel as well. Here comes a Logical and Pegasus is staying out. So let's have a look. If we go in the cockpit here, 16 litres, so I'd say that maybe the fuel levels could be right. Pegasus on 14. Remember, they had to sit around for a while. So we'll definitely see these guys in pit lane this time around. No pit crew, the Magic Pit crew doing their thing here for a Logical. Actually, that could be on my end too. I've actually got where we don't see the pit crew as Tim Lawson's coming on in. So yeah, in game I might have to change my settings when I stream to show all pit crew of all drivers. But let's have a look. Learning things as we go here on Automa Blister 2. Here at ANZCRL Combined Racing League, we want to try and get some good special events, so iron out a few little issues to make it better next time around. Next time around Bathurst 1000 next year in 2023. Probably around that October date, as here comes Sato. And Fish coming in hard as well. Cutting those curbs, get into that 60-kilometre speed limit. Oh, I think he only just slowed it down in time, but look how much time he's made up. He's only less than a second now. So will we see a change of the lead here through this pit crew? So Sato's in. He's pulled up and he's stopped, and he's going to see everything happening here if Fish is going to get out earlier. The weight is on now. As Red's going to come on through maybe to get his lap back in position 3. Still holding that position over Pegasus. I think the timing might be out though, but let's have a look. When they drop Sato first, you'd think that they will. Have they got their fuel numbers right? Pegasus. Red's come into the pit lane, so Pegasus is going another lap around. So Sato's ready to go. Fish is out before Sato. So Fish Racing back in front. Sato's still sitting in pit lane. What's going on? A big stop. This was probably for damage. We did see Sato tagging the wall as the Mobile One appliances come rocketing in as Sado left. So that's a big change of fortunes for Fish. Out in front now with a almost mountain straight gap. There's a 6, you can see there about a... We'll wait to see when it all evens out there. The time difference is definitely not 2 minutes, but Sado is coming up over the rise there of Mountain Straight. Probably have to wait for the first sector. Pegasus up the top of the mountain here at the moment. 13-second gap for Fish Racing. Lap 63 of 80, so 17 laps remaining of this race. 17, 18 laps. Blue Falcon, as we've seen, was in the pit lane, so Logical Sports and Pegasus. I think Illogical, he's yet to pit. Oh, was he in? I can't remember now. I've lost track there. No, Pegasus needs to... Actually, no, Illogical would have pitted because he was close to Pegasus. I say Pegasus will be in this lap. Yeah, 5.8 litres. He's not going to get another lap. He could just do it. On margin, he could be risking it. So he's coming in. Look at him attack these curbs on entry. Bang, bang, bounce, bounce. Get it down to 60 kilometres an hour before those cones. Bang, done well. Take a run up to his pit career he is. So now where's the Logical filter? And he's coming down Conrod now. He's just out of Forest Elbow. So one would think that he should be able to gain this position on Pegasus while he's in the pits. It's usually about a 40-second wait to get... Well, that's tyres and fuel. Will they do tyres? That's one thing. Well, Sado maybe got tyres. Fish didn't get tyres. That could be the margin. Roughly an extra 10 seconds for tyres. So I'd say Sado's probably done the tyres. Fish hasn't. That's probably the difference. And there may be a little bit of damage repair for Sado. As out comes Pegasus and Logical Sports along the starting straight. So here we go. A battle for third position. And there you go, that's all Illogical needs. All he needs to do is see Pegasus, and that's going to egg Illogical on. What a great drive. He's from last and a lap down. Still a lap down here at the moment, but obviously the third place car is a lap down too. So the battle for the final spot of the podium is well and truly alive. We got Red, who's done his pit stop, but he's also got Tim Lawson right behind him for a battle for 5th position. And don't count out a podium for either of these two cars. Anything can go wrong. Usually does go wrong. We've seen it already for Red. Has he learned his lessons? Can he have a better last part of this race? He's got less than 20 laps. Got 17 laps to complete. And can he keep it off the walls to try and give him every opportunity to get that podium that he's lost? Time will tell. The Fish Racing on lap 25 now. Oh, when I said 65, lap 65 of 80. 15 laps remaining, or should be 81 actually, 81 laps, because we've got the 40 and 41, should have me maths right. So we've got an extra, we've got 16 laps remaining, including this one. Doing a tremendous job. Fish Racing, he doesn't want that. That could be. Hopefully he does not get any steering damage when they go into the wall on that angle. That can cause a little bit of damage. He could have some... We'll have a look down the straight. I don't know if we can actually see the steering wheel on cockpit view. I haven't really taken notice. I think you can. and see if he's got any steering alignment issues. And look at that, Sado, first flying lap after the pit stop, 2:04.019. One would think that that's what Sado's done. He's got fresher tyres on than Fish Racing. Sado has gone the tyre option, whereas Fish has decided to try and double stint these tyres. Yes, it gave him position, but will he be able to defend a faster Sado 15 when Sado finally does catch the back of Fish? And it's only a matter of time of when. Basically with a 2-second gap difference on that lap, but we've known Fish, tough customer, does so well in the V8 supercars on iRacing. He loves these cars. He lives and breathes V8 supercars. This race will mean a lot to him if he can come and win this race here on Automobilista 2. He doesn't do much driving on Automobilista 2. Been a strong supporter of ANZCRL Combined Racing League for many years on the Xbox. Oh, he's trying to hold on to that oversteer with those used tyres. And Sado again, a second, bit more than 2 seconds faster that previous lap. Absolutely killing it at the moment. And look at this little battle. Tim Lawson, he's had some damage, big damage in the front. Almost look at the V8 engine in between as it's popping up and down. You can see it. A Ford Coyote engine, is it? A crate engine. Sitting in there underneath that bonnet. Flapping around. He's at the end of Tim Lawson's race. Will he be able to chase down? I don't think he's going to have enough laps to try and chase down Blue Falcon in 6. There goes the front bonnet, flying off there at off down Conrod. Now we'll see him definitely in the pit lane, I'd say. But will he be able to, depending on how long this pit stop's going to be, will he be able to come back out and try and chase down Blue Falcon? He's had the pace, but I think laps are going to be cutting his charge short. Oh, heartbreaking for Tim Lawson. He's done so well over this event. Again, another driver was unlucky to fall a lap down. He had a little spin and also was then managing his fuel. He had to run lean for most of the race in the first section to get to the end. He pitted on lap 18 of the 40-lap session. He had to do another 22 laps, which you can do, but you've got to manage that fuel. And he had to run it on lean. So it cost him time. He ended up falling a lap down in that first session. He's had the pace to have the podium position as well, Tim Lawson. They'll be gutted. How's these two going now? We'll get the with the Logical Sports over Pegasus. Pegasus in third position, out of the chase. So he's got a good little healthy margin there. You can just see in the background, you could see Logical Sports coming over the final hump of Conrod. The margin for the race is under 6 seconds now, with 14 laps remaining. Fish is going to have his elbows out. He's going to have to make that car as wide as he can. Maybe only in 2 laps time, with a 2 seconds a lap difference each time around we go around here, this 6.1 kilometre track around Bathurst. Did I get that right? I don't know, the 6.1, but anyway, it is Bathurst. I should know the full kilometre. That's a mistake by myself. It's almost a sin of an Australian motorsport fan not to know the exact kilometres around this famous circuit. Australia's greatest racetrack, Mount Panorama, Bathurst, New South Wales. 3 hours away from Sydney. Psychological Sports has had a big moment. Or he's had a 2.19, so something's gone wrong there. So he's losing time to Pegasus. So Night Pegasus would be happy with his third position. Been fighting hard for that, as we can see now. The question is, with a, what's that, 40-second gap between him. Oh, he's come back in again. I think he's trying to change his strategy. He's not looking at the road proper. He's running off, so that's unfortunate for Tim. Or is this a retirement? Oh, we've just had a disconnect of some person. I think it may have been Red. Red has disconnected. That's a shame. I don't know what's happened there with Red, but he has left the building. That's unfortunate, as these guys were really still challenging hard. Red could have still been challenging these guys, unless he's had a monumental accident somewhere. Hasn't been able to keep going. We'll find out later on after the event, but at the moment here now, this is the battle with Sato 15 chasing down Fish Racing. He's absolutely flying, Sato 15. Smashing it out of the park at the moment. 6 runners. We've started with 8 this afternoon. We've still got 6 runners. Tim Lawson extended stay in the pit lane. The sun now, you can see, starting to affect the drivers down this down the pit straight. Oh, Blue Falcon, what are you doing? Oh, crossing. Is Blue Falcon need to go in the pits? No, he's just trying to get out of the way. Probably would have been better to stay to the right there. Bit of confusion. And look at the sun now blaring down with the visor of Fish Racing. Number 3. Blue Falcon now is definitely wrapped up, should be able to hold on to position 5 after Tim Lawson's second long pit stop that he's had to have. And we'll keep an eye on Night Pegasus and Illogical Sports. Illogical Sports back into the 206s, but he's got a long way to go. He's got over 20 seconds, just under 20 seconds, I think it is, actually, to try and make up on Night Pegasus, with only 12 laps remaining. Still plenty of time though. That's a good 26 minutes roughly of racing still to go. Fish is looking still very, keeping the car straight. He'll be managing these tyres the best way he can at the moment. Will he be thinking, should have he done the fresh set of tyres? But the good thing about it, he's actually now back in the 205.8, so maybe the freshness of Sato's tyres have now been used up, and we may now see it now even itself out. Lockie 55s will be cheering on his man Sato 15. See if those two can be the first driver pairing to win the ANZCRL Bathurst 500 on Automobilista 2. Or will be this man Fish Racing 3. It's only a 2-man race. They've got a lap on the field. Something drastic would have to change for these two to not be able to take the top step here tonight. Headlights are blazing for Sato 15. He wants to get Fish get the attention that he is charging. I don't think he's going to need to know Fish. He will be seeing it on his Delta. the difference between the way that Sado, the way his lap times that he's been managing. And we know how strong Sado, that the car gets out of the Preston Hire car gets out of the corners. Fish is going to be almost a seat duck down the down Conrod or up Mountain Straight, unless he can try and slow Sado down mid-corner, out of the corner, try and let him not get that power on early. See if he can just hold him up mid-corner. We see the actual supercar drivers do it in real life. Try and stop the drivers that get good drive out of the corner. Try and get them to just have to back off a little bit mid-corner and can't get that power down. Oh, it's Fish's car. Taylor out of Forest Elbow. Tim Lawson wisely just pulls off to the side. Sado will be screaming for a draft and hopefully out of the way before he enters the chase. Tim Lawson's done that. Such a respectful driver, Tim Lawson. Good driver as well. Things just have not gone his way, unfortunately. But look at him go here at the moment. Absolutely killing it. What a way to finish this event here. The first time we've done our big Bathurst. We did a Bathurst 12-hour earlier in the piece of Automobilista 2 this year. And that was fun. 2 hours, 25 minutes with a times 10 time progression. No, times 5, sorry, time progression to bring the 12-hour real life feel come to the game. The GT3 cars is a lot of fun. And look at this Sado now really showing Fish a lesson about how much better a new set of tyres. I could be corrected wrong after the race. Sado may just say, no, I didn't change tyres, and that's the type of person he can be. Just unbelievable, finds pace out of these cars at any given time. You just never know, but he was stationary at the pit stop a lot longer than Fish Racing, and one would only assume they were for the new set of boots. It doesn't matter now. This is all for the lead of this race with 10 laps remaining. Oh, even looks like Sado's car's a little bit taily as well, coming out of Forest Elbow as he tries to get this power on. He's going to get this monster draft down Conrod, probably topping out close to 300 kilometres an hour. Look how much he's gained on me. Oh, he wanted to have a little look but thought second. Just thought twice about it. And Tim Lawson has almost got the viewing of this battle of the change of the lead. He's got prime viewing. Here comes the, oh, he's shaping the look. He's putting that doubt into Fish Racing's mind. Will he protect down the inside? Fish stays strong. Took his racing line. That's the fastest way through that corner. He knows he needs to get that power on. Will he cover down the inside? This is where Sado took the lead of the race earlier. He's going to do it again, is he? He's pulled out a little bit later this time, but will he be able to get up alongside enough? He has. Fish has let him go at the moment. Oh, and there's been a little touch. Fish has touched Sado a little bit. That's pushed Sado wide. And now it's a drag up the mountain here, up into the cutting. Will Sado, that would have unnerved him. He's got to get his thoughts. Oh, they've both drifted sideways out of the cutting. Reminds of the day of Peter Brock and Larry Perkins in the wet. Sensational driving by the two. A little tap, almost unloaded Sado going into the cutting. I mean into Griffin's Bend, sorry. Now will we see Sado gap Fish, or can Fish hold on to Sado, force him into a mistake? We know Sado's vulnerable, especially later in the race here where everyone gets a little bit tired. He's physically double stinted. He was in Red's car. Unfortunately, All that hard work Sato has done for Red has gone to no avail. Red has been disconnected or retired something, we don't know yet, but Sato won't worry about that at this stage. He wants to win this race with his good mate Lockie 55s, who did a great job to set this race up for Sato, the Preston Hire car. But the Dewalt car, Tool car, will not give up. Fish Racing does not want to let this possible victory slip away. What an exciting lap that was for a change of the lead on lap 32. Now we're into lap 33. Well, when I say 32, again, we'll say 72 of 81 laps. We're on the 73rd lap. And look at Illogical Sports as well. Night Pegasus in that whole meantime, so we've also seen Night Pegasus obviously have an issue somewhere along the line, because there's not that much difference now between those two drivers. So Night Pegasus, there you go. You can see Illogical Sports in the Ned Whiskey car as they come down Conrod. You'll see him pop up over the hill. There he is. There's not much in it for the final spot of the podium either. So even with a small grid, we have... Oh, Blue Falcon has lost his rear wing and the front bumpers everywhere as well. He's going to get in there. Oh, hopefully that has not cost Illogical Sports any damage. Look at that bump, the rear wing bouncing around up the back there. That'll be a cruel blow for Illogical Sports if that has caused any problems, even top end speed. He's going to need it if he's going to have any chance with Night Pegasus. Pegasus, such a tough driver to overtake when he's on song, and Pegasus tonight is absolutely flying. Okay, he's not as fast as the first two, but he is deserving of this third position. Can he hold on? As the sun's starting to get lower. Oh, he's had a moment into Griffins. Illogical would have seen that. That would have wetted the lips of Illogical. He's probably out of hydration water in that car. They've been working hard for over an hour in this final session. Some will be starting to get a bit weary, a bit tired. That's where mistakes start happening. That was the first mistake we saw of Blue Falcon 2. Will that cost him this 5th position to Tim Lawson? Fish Racing still within the second of Sato 15 as they go up Mountain Straight. Oh, Fish, almost a big tank slapper. You can see how much this race means to Fish. He's not giving up, but that may have just cost him a little bit. He's just got to hope just to settle down, try and keep this gap within this 2-second margin. It's slowly creeping out. You've got to keep that pressure on Fish Racing. This gives credit. Look at this, Tim Lawson now into 5th position. This is why you never give up. He was last there. Blue Falcon was in front of him. Blue Falcon has made that mistake. As we say, the mountain decides. And damage repairs not been done for Blue Falcon, unfortunately. Aero. He's going to have to come in again. All these little errors. What do they call them? The 1%ers. So hard to try and do it all when we're all... Some of the drivers, this is their first time giving this game a go too. So trying to get used to the buttons here. Used to it obviously on project cars. And look at this battle now for Illogical Sports and Pegasus. It is on for 3rd position, people. Enjoy this. This is the battle for the final spot on the podium. Will Illogical be able to do it in the Ned Whiskey car alongside with Jay Barrett, known as Weary Knight in the Xbox console fraternity. Oh, Sparks fly. There's a bumper bar. That was, I think, maybe Tim's, was it? And Tim's left a bumper bar behind. Yes, he has. So I can't remember who hit that. Was that Pegasus that hit that? That could have caused... Oh, Pegasus again brushing against the wall. He's done that a couple of times. We've seen that. Let's keep our eye on Pegasus instead of a logical. He's the man in third position. What have we got? The leaders are on lap 35. Lap 75 of 81. So 6 laps remaining. 6 laps. Can Pegasus hold off the charge of Illogical Sports? Man that put it on pole position as well. Logical Sports with a 203.397. We've seen in this race too that Saturday's done a 202 in race trim. As Blue Falcon's trying to pull up. He's trying to get out of the way there. He's definitely been able to do that, but he had no aero and he was all squirming over the track as he's had the anchors on. He'll be into visiting the pit lane again. Tim Lawson is already in the pits. So Blue Falcon had actually managed not to have to do this second pit stop. He would have actually taken Tim Lawson for this 5th position again, but he's got to come in because they didn't repair the previous lap, the aero damage. The reason why he went in, the wrong strategy call was pulled up, I would say. So Fish now 5 seconds behind Sato 15. We're going to keep an eye on this battle though. We're going to keep watching this battle for third. Small grid, but some good quality racing we've had. Great battle at the end of this race as the sun's setting here at Bathurst. The date of this game was set for the 10th of October this year. So nice spring weather. As the sun goes down here out west, it starts getting chilly very, very quickly. Has this affected the tyres? I mean the track temperature. Has this helped the tyres? Can Fish find something, anything in these final 5 laps? Only time will tell. But he's just been dropping ever so... Oh, and here goes Pegasus. Oh, he's into the barrier. He's into the barrier at Forest Elbow. So that's now given Illogical Sports this 3rd position. And that's probably put paid to Pegasus' hopes of a podium here for the inaugural. Oh, well, not the inaugural, the first. Well, the inaugural, yes. Well, sorry, I'm all muddled up, guys. The inaugural Bathurst 500. Hopefully Bathurst 1000 next year here on Automotive Ballista 2. Pegasus will be visiting the pit lane. He's got nothing to lose. He can't challenge Illogical Sports. The only way he'd stay, well, I guess he's going to stay out, just hoping Illogical maybe slip up like he did. But it's wishful thinking, I think. Illogical will just do everything now, that knowing that he doesn't have to go 10 tenths. He can back it off. Night Pegasus. Pegasus has got a wounded car. This man, Sato 15. The shadows down Conrod now. Lap 76 of 81. Not much longer to go. He can almost smell the champagne. The feel of victory for him and Lockie 55s. A name that we haven't called for a long time, Lockie 55s. It's so good to see him back. He put everything in. He's going to need a couple of days off. He got sore. A knee injury or something that just he lost power to be able to break in that final 6 laps, I think, of the first session. Around lap 34, lap 35, he started to struggle really hard. He gritted his teeth. He kept going, kept it on the lead lap. Finished, I think it was... Where did he finish? He finished just under a minute, 59 seconds off the lead. Did Lockie 55s. Safety car came out. Hence the change of sessions. That's how we do it here when we can't have driver swaps. Sato jumped in, started 4th in the final session. I think it was around about lap 43, I think it was. Maybe he took the lead from Fish Racing here. Held it until the pit stops, opted for a fresh boots where Fish kept the old ones on, double stinted those tyres like he did in the first session. Didn't play out for Fish. Sato with the fresh tyres was able to bang in some quick laps, and slowly, it wasn't even slowly, it was within 5 laps. It was like he'd already closed that 13-second margin that Fish had on Sato after their last pit stop, and didn't muck around to retake the lead. He'll be having some fun out there now, enjoying it, knowing he's got that 10-second margin now and the fastest lap to boot. Let's have a look at the timings here. Let's have a look at that time he did earlier in this session at 2:02.809 from Sato. Sensational. Look at the time by Logical Sports as well. He has come from a lap down. Well, he's still a lap down, but he was a lap down. We had 4 cars on the lead lap, and he's able to get in the podium, but he's done a 2:03.735, a cracking lap by Logical Sports in the Ned Whiskey car. Then a 2:04 flat almost for Fish Racing, 2:04.049 to be exact, and Pegasus 2:04.551, the fastest lap he's done. Tim Lawson a 2:05.783, and then Blue Falcon 2:09.975. He was going out conservative, but we've seen him slip up, and that's put him there in 6th position. So Knight Pegasus with that wounded car in 4th position, a lap down, still a lap down. They've done a great job, these two, Logical Sports and Pegasus. Tim Lawson had a fast car. He had to pit in a couple of times, damage repair. You can see the bonnet's still up. He's had a tough second session. It's still motoring along. He's 4 laps down, maybe 3 laps down actually, because now he'll be on his 35th lap where the leaders are on their 38th, but not too far away. Sato 15 to put him 4 laps down. There's still time. Sato is absolutely flying, but Tim Lawson's also doing 2:07s. Oh, and Blue Falcon is actually now been disconnected too. Or something's gone wrong there, so unfortunately he's pulled the pin. So we've only got the 5 runners. It looks poor, but that's how it is. We won't take away anything from this man, Sato 15, though. He's had to do it hard. He's had his challenge with Fish. Fish can't even see Sato because he can't see him from that over the hump going up Mountain Straight. So 2 more laps remaining, including this one. Fish Racing. He'll still take away that 2nd position. He'll still take that, but I think he'll be a little bit disappointed he couldn't take this victory. But it's not over yet. We won't say it's all over yet. I think the fuels, you can see 28 litres for Sato. There's plenty of fuel. 32, so they've got using 5 litres a lap. So there's enough fuel for them. They only need no more than 15 litres in the end to get to the end here. 41 litres and 64 for Tim. So Tim's on lap 35. Still just in front of Sato. Sato's coming down. He might be backing it off a little bit maybe. This margin. Logical Sports, as we said, that pole position. Well, half a second to this man. Oh, there he goes off. I was just looking at the data there and not seeing the screen, but we just seen there Sado run off, and that's all Fish needed if he was still putting that pressure on. But Fish is really struggling in these last few laps. Those tyres are definitely worn out. Lost all their grip level for Fish. You can see even Sado's tyres. He probably had those new tyres on during that pit stop. He's starting to struggle as well, but he's on his second last lap. He'll have the last lap after this one. He'll lap it all up, enjoy it. And Michael, this is Pegasus. He qualified third for the 500. Looks like he's going to come home in third. So the change of the qualifying order is just Logical Sports into third when he had pole. Sado was second. He's taken, will be more than likely taking victory here. Fish Racing, he actually started, I believe, in grid 5. He was in 5th position. Fish, so he's been a big winner here today. But the biggest winner will be Sado 15 and Lockie 5.5s. Congratulations, guys! You got one more lap to do. Use it, enjoy it. Oh, don't enjoy it that way. Don't be tagging the wall. The photo shoot of the winning car. They don't want scrapes down it if they don't have to. You've had such a faultless race, Sado. He's going to really lap this final lap up. Will we see a little bit of flare on the final lap with a 20-second margin now on this man? Fish Racing. Logical Sports coming up around the mountain. He's going to just stay that lap down. So is this man. Pegasus, but struggling. Struggling at the moment. So here he comes up Mountain Straight for the final time. Sado 15. Through Griffin's Bend. He's going to enjoy the drive out of the cutting, I'd say, for the final time. Flames billowing out of the Preston Hire car. Got to get to the skyline, the highest point of this circuit as well, just before they start to dip straight down the S's into the dipper. So he's still climbing. Here he's over McPhillamy, coming to skyline, the highest point of the track. Now he dips down through the S's. The dipper. Even this is the S's, I think, actually. And then we come into Forest Elbow. No locking of the brakes here for the final time. No scraping the wall either. The run down Conrod Straight. Public road during the week. Race day. Closed off to these mighty cars, the V8 supercars. And here we come through the chase of the final time. Crowd cheering up on their feet for this man, Sado 15 and Lockie 5.5s. To be the inaugural 500 winners on Automobilista 2 for ANZCRL Combined Racing League, Sado 15 and Lockie 5.5s for the Preston Hire car. Congratulations, well done on their victory today. Sensational job. And he definitely earned that today. There we go, celebration donuts to the man. Oh, out of fuel is he? Don't know what's going on there, but there we go. Fish Racing coming home in second position, well done. to Fish. Does deserve that. And a Logical Sports coming down the mountain for the final time. Grueling race for the Ned Whiskey car. With Jay Barrett, 27, doing his thing for the team. And a Logical then jumping in, making the most of everything to finish home on the podium. They will be absolutely wrapped. As we said, Fish Racing, the only solo driver, well, not the only, but the first solo driver to come home on the podium in second. Logical Sports and Jay Barrett, congratulations, finishing third here in the Bathurst 500. This is getting very dark here. The street lights are now probably on. Very well done, Logical, coming home there in third. Pegasus, another one of our solo drivers in fourth. Tim Lawson, I think he's coming here. He's the next one. He's in fifth position. So we watch Tim, another solo driver. He's done well. He's had his moments though. A race that he probably would like to see again and come back for a better result next time. And here's our last man in fourth position, Pegasus, in the Castrol Racing car in fourth position. Congratulations to those guys. So I'll just might as well save the replay. I should be able to save it maybe. There we go. But I've been your host, Neil Haynes, and what a victory from Sado 15 and Lockie 5.5s and Fish Racing in second. And a Logical Sports, the final with Jay Barrett in third position. What an entertaining race we've had. We had battles throughout there. Look at the track, still 49 degrees it's saying here on the menu here. So that's strange to think that would have gone down, especially with an ambient temperature of 28. But there you go. They still had to battle a high track temperature at the end of that race. So thanks for watching here in ANZ Combined Racing League for the Automobilista 2 of our Bathurst run-in of the Bathurst 500. And hopefully we can get you and other people on Automobilista 2 to come and join us for our future special events that we're going to run through the end of this till the end of this year, and then come back bigger and better next year with some real polished special events through the year. And don't forget to check out Gravel Trap Legends GTL on Discord for all your racing on Monday night, league racing on Automobilista 2. And then there's Race Engineers on Wednesday nights. Actually on Tuesday nights, Race Engineers. They do the V8 supercars and other things as well. So check them out on Discord and enjoy the league racing provided for some of us Australian, New Zealand racers here on Automobilista 2. So until next time, I've been your host, Neil Haynes, Woody Lizard, known in the game. Have a good night and see you next time.